Ezra sat at his tiny office desk, staring blankly at the flickering computer screen. He had spent the last 7 years in the same dimly lit cubicle, pushing papers for a job that neither inspired nor fulfilled him. Every morning felt like a battle to get out of bed, and every night ended with an overwhelming sense of emptiness. Something was missing. As a child, Ezra had been full of dreams, big, wild, colorful dreams. He wanted to travel the world, write stories that touched hearts, and create something that would outlive him. But somewhere along the way, life had beaten him down. Responsibilities, fear, and self-doubt had stolen his ambition, leaving behind only a shell of the person he once aspired to be. One evening, as he was walking home from work, he passed by an old bookstore he had never noticed before. Something about it drew him in. The bell above the door jingled softly as he stepped inside. The store was small, the shelves lined with dusty books that smelled of wisdom and time. Looking for something special? An old man behind the counter asked. His eyes twinkled with an uncanny knowingness. Ezra hesitated. I don't know. Maybe. The old man smiled and reached beneath the counter, pulling out a leather-bound book. The cover was plain, except for a single phrase written in gold. The road to your true self. Ezra frowned. What is this? The old man simply slid the book toward him. It's not just a book, it's a mirror. If you read it, be prepared. It will show you who you really are. Intrigued, Ezra bought the book and hurried home. He had no idea that his life was about to change forever. That night, Ezra curled up in his small apartment and opened the book. The first page held only one question. Who are you? He scoffed. What kind of question is that? But as he stared at the words, an unsettling feeling crept over him. He had no real answer. Sure, he knew his name, his job, and his basic preferences, but beyond that, did he truly know himself? He turned the page. The next line read, The biggest prison is not the one made of walls, but the one made of fear. What are you afraid of? Ezra's heart pounded. He had spent so long running from his fears that he had never faced them. But now, something inside him stirred, something that refused to be ignored. And so, over the next few weeks, Ezra embarked on a journey of self-discovery, guided by the mysterious book. Each chapter challenged him, forcing him to confront his regrets, his forgotten dreams, and the lies he had told himself. One page read, If money was no object, what would you do? Without thinking, Ezra wrote, Travel, write stories, inspire people. Another page asked, If failure was an option, what would you try? His answer, I would quit my job and pursue what I truly love. Each question cut to the fog of doubt, revealing the truth he had buried for years. He realized he had been living in fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside the comfort zone that had become his prison. And then came the final question. What is stopping you? Ezra stared at the words, his heart racing. He had run out of excuses. The next morning, Ezra woke up with a strange sense of clarity. He knew what he had to do. He walked into his office and, for the first time in years, felt no attachment to the place. It was just a building, just a job that had stolen his time, his dreams, and his passion. He took a deep breath and typed his resignation letter. The moment he hit send, a rush of adrenaline filled his veins. For the first time in years, he felt alive. But quitting his job was just the first step. The real journey was about to begin. Ezra used his savings to buy a one-way ticket to Bali, a place he had always dreamed of visiting. He packed his bags, left behind everything that had held him back, and stepped into the unknown. He started writing again, travel blogs, personal essays, and stories about people chasing their dreams. He shared them online, and to his surprise, people resonated with them. One day, an email arrived in his inbox. A major travel magazine had read his blog and wanted to offer him a freelance writing job. Ezra was stunned. For years, he had believed that his dreams were impossible. but now he was living them. Ezra's journey was not without struggles. There were moments of doubt, financial hardships, and times when fear tried to creep back in. But every time he felt lost, he remembered the words from the book. What is stopping you? The answer was always the same, nothing but himself. As time passed, Ezra built a successful career doing what he loved. He traveled the world, met incredible people, and wrote stories that inspired thousands. One day, he found himself back home, walking down the same street where his journey had begun. He saw the old bookstore and smiled. Stepping inside, he found the old man still behind the counter. You look different, the old man said, smiling. I feel different, Ezra admitted. I found my path. The old man nodded. Good. Then it's time for you to pass it on. He reached beneath the counter and handed Ezra another leather-bound book. The title read, The Road to Your True Self. Ezra opened it to the first page. Who are you? He smiled. This time he had an answer. Ezra's story is a reminder that we are often the only thing standing in the way of our dreams. Fear, doubt, and societal expectations keep us trapped in a life that does not fulfill us. But the moment we start asking ourselves the right questions, the moment we truly seek to understand who we are, we unlock doors we never knew existed. Your potential is limitless. The only question is, what is stopping you?